Hey guys, welcome back to FTB Revelation. Since we last left off, I went ahead and made a few things from our little wireless crafting terminal. I went ahead and made the magnet card that we were looking at last episode, as I did mine up some more lapis and such. So we got this installed. Was not too bad to make, just needing the advanced card, some blocks of iron, annihilation plane, a block of lapis, and a block of redstone. So this has actually been kind of nice. We can actually use this to filter and everything certain items that'll automatically be collected and sent into our network, which we have some of them sending down into this. Now, I've actually read some comments, and you guys were saying that this should be, I believe, a 64K storage drive, and that the booster cards that I had in my network were actually from Enderman drops. So I did let the farm run for a while, and after maybe about 6 Endermen, which they don't really spawn too often, I did manage to get an infinity booster card. So thank you guys for that little tidbit of information there, and I've tested this out, and literally this does indeed work everywhere now. The magnet card you can literally turn on and off with this little button right here. So you'll see it says magnet card activated, extra items left on ground. And to configure it, I believe it was, where's that button at? Is it right click? Shift click? Oh, it's right there. I knew there was a little button somewhere. But yeah, you can go ahead and filter this. So I had this filter to pick up cobblestone, and the cobblestone, obviously, we had feeding into our matter condenser there. So pretty neat little things to mess around with. Now we can just literally go anywhere, have access to our system, and do whatever it is we need. So I did quite a bit of mining. Not, well, I say quite a bit. I did a fair chunk of mining just for a little bit, and just wanted to kind of mess around with the card and the new wireless crafting terminal here. I think it's pretty nice, but the machines were running for a while. Obviously, we've had our machine sitting here processing things. You guys will notice I have a new cell sitting in there because we were getting pretty low on power. I saw this thing actually go down to about 1 million RF, and my network was not working. So I think what I had to do, and it's what I wound up doing, was breaking and replacing this power cell here, and then my network came back on. But it did do a massive energy drain and such afterwards, so I needed to get that set up. So what I'm thinking about working on today is possibly some more nuclear craft. I'm not going to get like super in depth because our reactor is working fairly well at the moment, but we are going to want to have a lot more power very soon. But I actually want to check something out first. I haven't really done a whole lot of like reading into the mod at all, but more or less just kind of trying to squeeze myself along through it, if anything. Only when I need to look things up. So after they go through our regular TBU fuel rods, after they get through depleting, they make the depleted TBU fuel rods, which now we can actually use to repurpose. So we do probably want to try to get as many of these as possible. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to do anything with these, but we're going to go ahead and start setting some stuff up to where we can see if we can. Alright, so let's go ahead and make up some machines from nuclear craft. And I believe if we go ahead and push U on these, we can see we're going to need a fuel reprocessor. So we have our depleted TBU fuel rod here going in and giving us tiny clumps of uranium-233, 235, neptunium-236, and neptunium-237. So let's go ahead and make the reprocessor. Alright, now this is going to require some advanced platings, some bronze, and an alloy furnace. Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, let's see what we have and don't have. Well, we have the bronze, that's nice. An alloy furnace is going to be made up of... Well, I definitely know I don't have the manufacturer, so we're going to need the piston. Bam. We're going to need some copper solenoids. Boom. That'll get us our manufacturer. So yeah, this is basically the way the mod works, it seems. So we're going to need a few of these. Let's go ahead and make up a nice chunk of 16 of those for the time being, seeing as how we have enough. We'll go ahead and reprocess that into our alloy furnace because I believe we're going to need that for some of the advanced platings. We're going to need 4 of these guys. Thankfully, we had enough for that. Wonderful. There we go. We got our fuel reprocessor. Let's go ahead and grab, real quick, some flux ducts. We shouldn't need too many of these. And where do I want to put you? Let's put you over here. That does mean I am going to probably need to get some more flux ducts made. Actually, we could just go ahead and do that here. It's going to take me a little while to get used to it, guys. It's going to take me just a little while. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that is awesome. And the best part is, like I said, too, not only do we have a bunch of other little things here. What is this? What is this little slot right here? I'm not sure what that is. But we have a trash can, which is really nice. We have access to all of our bobble slots and everything. Oh, man, it's just so good. It's so good. I like it. Things are looking better in here, too. I'm really enjoying this. All right, so let's go ahead and run this around. It's getting a little stuttery for me now, but it's okay. I might be able to work my way around a few things. Get that to work the way I want it to. All right, so there we go. There's our fuel processor. We're going to go ahead and toss in our depleted TBU fuel rods. We'll probably wind up doing a different place with IC2 and such, but I do want to go ahead and make up some more of these speed upgrades. You guys can see I made up some more thorium-232, which is what we use for our regular fuel rods currently sitting in our fusion reactor. Let's see. Yeah, I want to make up some more of these speed upgrades. All right. Open up this. Go do J. Okay. Nice. That is so clean. Let's like make 8 of those because this is just going to increase the... Oh, well, never mind. I forgot. I guess I don't have that much. that much lapis. That's unfortunate. Oh, it's full. Okay, so there's our clumps, our tiny little clumps of neptunium and uranium. We'll go ahead and grab those real quick. So that works a lot faster, which is wonderful. Let's go ahead and take a look at the usage on our neptunium-237. So a little bit of these will give us a full little piece of neptunium-237, in which case we're going to need 9 of those and a piece of, or actually 8 of those and a piece of neptunium-236. Okay. Now we can use a decay hastener to get uranium-233, which is what we would use with the uranium we currently have. I believe we can actually get normal uranium-238. Let's actually take a look real quick. Yep, we have uranium-238. So I think that might be one of our next steps right there. But first off, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other ones. So we got 235. Okay, so we can use that in industrial craft. Interesting. Ooh, that one's... Oh, that's lead. Whatever. Can also melt it. That sounds safe. Alright, so pretty much just use it to make uranium-235 and 235 fuel with 238. Is that what we just looked up? Oh, I think it is. And we got the tiny clumps of uranium. Let's take out the neptunium-236. We can use that with 237. Okay. Alright, so if we combine these two together, so one little 236 and plenty of the 237, so we might be able to actually make one of those too. Alright, so there's 7 of those. There's 8. 1 236, and if we combine these, we get LEN-237. So we can take a look at this now by holding shift over it. Our base process time being 85 minutes, a base power of 90 RF a tick, and a base heat generation of 36 heat per tick. All right, let's go ahead and pull that out. Let's grab our uranium. And we're going to grab, was it 235, I believe it was? I already have some in there. I guess we did. Oh, I think I made some already. Like I had repurposed some more. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually, how the heck did I get those? Smelting. Isotope separator. That might have been how I got those. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Base time of 60 compared to the 85. A base power of 120 RF a tick and a heat of 50 heat per tick. Now combining this, let's go ahead and compare this to what we're currently running. So we'll go ahead and make a little bit more of our thorium fuel here. We can go and compare all three of these together and see what we want to use. So the base heat generation of this one is 18 heat per tick, which is great because, you know, we're doing pretty good heat-wise. A base power of 60 RF a tick and a base process time of 120 minutes. Pretty nice. So one of the best ones it looks like we're going to have here are the LEU 235 fuel and the other one we made, the LEN 236 fuel. So this one lasts a little bit longer, produces a little bit more, but has, or actually, let me take that back. Does a little bit longer, doesn't produce as much, and has less heat. This one doesn't last as long, produces more RF with a little bit less heat. So, with that being said, let's grab some fuel rods. Boop, boop, boop. So we can go ahead and do this. I'll actually hold on to one because what happens if we run out of power and we have no way to get our items out? We have to make a way to get some more power. So we're going to go ahead and toss that TBU fuel rod into our backpack in case we ever need to, you know, utilize that a little bit later on. So let's try out this one. The 235 fuel rod. The Neptunium sounds cool and all, but every time we sit here and use these and they deplete, I'm sure they're going to give us something a little different. So, which probably allow us to progress to maybe the next stage. So let's just kind of do this for a little bit of power at the moment. This will kind of be our base reactor for the moment, more than anything. Oh man, that's going to stink. Oh no, what am I going to... Wait a minute. We did update. You've updated nuclear craft, and so the rules of any new reactors that you build with newly crafted controllers are different to the old ones. This is an old controller and we'll use the old rules. Maybe we should go ahead and rebuild that real quick. Fission controller, okay. I don't know if it's gonna work the way we want it to, but they're different to the old rules. A new controller will use the new rules. What are the new rules? Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, we'll just keep with that right now because I don't really feel like going through and crafting all that right now. Old rules sound fine. Alright, so let's toss that in. So basically what we had in there before was this little guy. It was actually producing a lot more than 60 RF a tick. So if we pop this guy in, ooh, we are getting ourselves 555 RF a tick now and a heat of 97 heat per tick. Interesting. Go ahead and pop that back on there. Do this, do that. Oh, come on. It's doing that thing again. Really? Ugh. Why you gotta be like this? Why do you gotta do this to me? How is that obstructed? I think I literally went through this the other day, didn't I? Is this obstructed? Of course it is, because, you know, that makes sense. This does need to be close to it, though, right? Maybe we'll just scoot it over a block. That should help it, right? Sometimes these mechanics, they're a pain in the butt. All right, so there's our output. This needs to be, actually that was our input. This needs to be our output. There we go. All right, so this needs to be, really? Needs to be close so it can read it. Guess we're just gonna have to make it look weird for now. Which is fine, so there we go. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at this. Our heat level is indeed rising, but as soon as we get up to a high enough level, which you can see, we actually went down quite a bit just playing around with this. So it's gonna fill up a lot faster now. And our heat level's actually doing something. But it also has a heat multiplier of 315%. Okay. See, this is another reason why I wanted to do this, is because I kind of wanted to learn a little bit more. We were having a very nice, safe reactor for a long time without having to worry about any sort of heat or anything, and getting a nice little bit of power out of it. But once this goes ahead and gets up to our about 1.6 million RF storage, this is going to cut that off. It should be right around that area. Yes, that's right. What? Oh, I know, I wanted the power cell. Ah, dang it, I had it on the wrong thing. It was supposed to be on the power cell. I totally goofed. Oh, man. All right, so there we go. We can see the heat levels going down now. So we're actually fine on power for a little bit. It's going to go down a little bit, but once it gets back down, obviously it's going to have this turn it back on and everything, but this actually drains the heat out pretty quickly, it looks like. So I think we're going to be A-okay still with the heat. It's not like we're going to have something draining our power constantly for a long period of time and just kind of making this look bad. But we might actually get to something for that today. And if things go bad, we'll just have to see. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that as is for the moment. And just kind of let that work. We can go ahead and take a look at that fuel rod that we used, which I believe 235 fuel rod. So if we go ahead and take a look at that, we can look on our, what is that going to give us? We need the depleted one, actually. LEU. It's going to be like down here. Depleted LEU 235? Yeah, 235. Where are you at? There it is. Depleted LEU 235 fuel rod. So if we take a look at this, this one's actually going to give us plutonium. Ooh, yes, plutonium. Because we can use plutonium, it's probably going to be a lot stronger and such. We can probably make some better fuels. Look at that, 165, 50 minutes of base heat, a little bit lower. This one's 660. Oh my gosh. So yeah, definitely not a bad thing. And we can beef up our reactor a little bit with some more cooling. And we're probably going to have to remake it for the most part. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to have to wind up doing. Alright guys, and we're back. So, had to probably find a nice spot to kind of preemptively cut out of the video there. I went ahead and made my way down to the mine so we could do a little bit of mining. Did a little bit of mining here on Y level 17. That's about a good level right around there to find some lapis. So I basically, I was about to get started. I was doing all this talking and, well, you know, I needed lapis, so I had to go get some more of that for what I actually want to work on. But I figured I'd go and start up down here. I wanted to show you guys real quick our magnet card in action, as well as our infinity booster. So pretty awesome stuff. Now from here, I actually would still normally have range to access our system, but now I can literally go through all of my mines. Plus, you guys might have not have seen my mines for a long time. If you guys look at my mini map. Yeah, I've been doing quite a bit of like hammer mining, but as far as everything else is concerned, we could go ahead and set up our magnet card to pick up other items and just have those things automatically send out into our system, no problem. So we can literally just go boop, 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 gone. It sucks them up actually, and honestly, this I had put that in there like stuff like that, it picks this up too fast for this to even work at all. So it'd probably just be a lot better idea to go ahead and do that. Now, I'm assuming if we do that, we can go ahead and click that there, and we may not have to worry about setting up any sort of ore. So if we do this now, we toss out... Actually, hold on, let's double check that, because I might have messed that up. Okay, good, we did just fine. Sometimes you had to make sure you hit that little button on some cases, but if we toss that out... Okay, nope, that didn't work, okay. Alright, use ore dictionary. Toss those out. You're still going into my inventory. Why is that? Oh, I literally just did not follow the same rule that I said I needed to. Wow. Okay, so that one went in, but this one... What is up with that iron ore? Anyways, guys, I don't want to spend all episode doing that. I'll figure that out, but you guys will probably have to mess around with it. It doesn't seem to be like a perfect system, but it's a really nice one, to be honest. So, anyways, I didn't really get a chance to say what I wanted to work on, so let's head back to the lab real quick. And before we do, let's actually take a quick peek on how much 134 buckets of experience. Jeez. Oh, and I really haven't been letting that thing run much at all. Like, I really haven't. So that is, like, just wonderful. That is just great. So let's go ahead and put that away. We don't really need to worry about that anymore. So what I wanted to work on was actually right here. If you guys remember earlier on in the series, I actually wanted to replace this, maybe have something instead of just being plain old glass as a skylight like it is, but make it into a cool skylight in a sense to where we could, like, have it open and close. So I kind of was looking around, and I think I came up with something that might be just as cool. Something I haven't really worked with in a while. So let's go ahead and make up a shield projector. There we go. And all we need is a little tiny tier 1. Supports 256 blocks, so it can go all the way up to 32,768 blocks in the tier 4. Now, note doing so, you're going to need nether stars as well as a lot of other things to make all the previous ones and everything. So let's go ahead and move the items over. Now we don't have a machine frame. Now we have the lapis to make said machine frame, and we can actually go ahead and make our shield projector. Pop it down real quick. Oh, feeling safe now. But, well, you know what, maybe a little bit. So this guy does require power. I think I have a manual for this in case I need to read up on it. Shield. Yeah, shield. Like I said, it has indeed been a little while since I've actually done this. So, to compose the shield, right-click the shield block with a wrench. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. So we need our smart wrench. So there we go. There's our smart wrench. If you guys don't remember how to make the smart wrench, pretty easy. Lapis. You know, our tools is pretty big about, you know, lapis, which is good because for a long time, lapis was not really used for a lot until mods came around, and then, you know, yeah, so. All right, guys, and we're back. I wanted to make sure that there was nothing wrong with actually trying to pick up this block. So instead of trying to break it with the pickaxe, instead I'm shift right-clicking with my smart wrench instead. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of. So we're going to need a few other things. We're going to need to type in shield one more time and take a look at what we have. Now we have 4 options here, it looks like. We have this blue, red, green, and yellow shield template. So I'm just going to go ahead and make these blue ones. Maybe not, because that requires lapis. Okay, so they're all going to require lapis. God dang it. Alright, well, we got a little over a stack, so we need wool. So wool's probably not going to be too much of an issue anymore. We got tons of string coming in now, which is wonderful. We should have glass. So let's just go ahead and make up a clean stack real quick, and then we're going to head up here and start breaking this stuff out. There we go. And grab our diamond wand to make this trip a little bit quicker. Let's get this out of the way. So the awesome thing about this is going to be the fact that we're going to be able to turn this on and off And it's also going to have a few other little quirks and bonuses as well, which not necessarily have to use here, but we can. We'll see. So it looks like we're going to have just about enough. There we go. We got more than enough. All right, perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and break. Let's see. Let's say right here inside this wall. We're going to break that right there. And what we'll wind up doing is we might go ahead and dig that down there, so we might have access to this. I believe we need to have our shield projector block here connected and touching. Now the other thing we're going to want to get is a power cell. So we got some simple ones from earlier that we can use. And let's just go ahead and put that one right there for now. We're going to set this to out. It's all hooked up still, which is wonderful. Break that out of the way. So yeah, obviously if you guys want a different color, you can. I like blue. Blue is nice. Blue is great. But it is subjective too, so everyone's own opinion, so. Understandable. Alright, so we should be able to access this now, but in order to do so, I'm going to have to be a little creative about how I'm going to get up there. That is not it. Just grab some blocks. Thank you, Bethany. Now you're getting smart. Alright, so we can actually change the color of the shield, which is really awesome. I believe we can even change it to a clear-ish color. Color of the shield, that might be it. Default shield texture, we can mimic transparent shield texture. Oh, that's cool. We got solid, invisible, shields completely invisible, and default shield texture. I think I'm going to go with the default for now. So I believe what we need to do now is right-click on our shield projector, like so. Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys. So I went ahead and decided to go with the white, and we came up here. I'm gonna go ahead and place that down there, and I went ahead and I made a filter here, so you can add, and then that's basically how you add them. I thought it just kind of sat there and just did its thing. I totally forgot about having specific filters, so you can have actually quite a bit of different filters and everything. So it does make for a very awesome mob destroyer and everything of that nature. So I'd love to try to get this to test out, and we might be able to actually. It looks like there might be a creeper in here. Hello, creeper. Little creep. Oh, there he is. Come here, buddy. I need you. This is gonna be dangerous. So my smartness better pay it off. Come here, buddy. Come on. Don't. I'm not holding your hand. I've seen what you do. Come on. Come on. Come on. No! But why? Don't even think about it. The heck? Is this working? What did I do? That could have been really bad, okay? Pass. Entity that matches this filter can pass through. Player. Matches players. Huh. How about solid? Hostile. Insert. Okay, maybe we need both filters. Maybe that's what the problem was. Now, is there another creeper around that might want to help me test this out? Huh? See, I can fly through that, which is wonderful. So like I said, we can actually get up here a lot easier. Even though, I don't know, the more I do, the less I really use those awesome elevators. And it's kind of sad. Because I really like those elevators. Those things are awesome. Look at that. Boop. That's so cool. Let's take a look at something. I might be able to go grab a mob. There might be a tool from the Mine Factory Reloaded mod that's changed, which the name is eluding me at the moment. So that's why I'm just kind of scrolling through JEI here, trying to see if I can find said mod. I can't remember the name. It's like some kind of... It's something... Isn't it Forgo? Industry... Yeah, there it is. Wait, no. Yeah, this one. This one up here. Mob imprisonment tool. So we need plastic, as well as a gas tier. Gas tier. Dry rubber. Okay, how do we get tiny, what? Huh? Machine outputs, what? What even? That's not what I remember. What is latex processing units? God darn it. Oh, I see zombies close by. I see zombies. Oop. That looks like a skeleton, maybe close. Maybe a skeleton can help. Hello, friend. Can I interest you in coming to help? Okay, don't shoot too hard. Come, stop backing up backwards and come outwards. I need you to come out here and check something for me. No! How? Okay, it looks cool. There's just gotta be a filter in here that I'm not getting set up right. I don't know what it is. Hostile mobs, okay. Solid. Entity that matches this filter cannot pass. Hostile matches hostile mobs. They should not be allowed to pass. I don't know. Entity that matches this filter can pass through. Player. Passive mobs. Am I considered a passive mob? Alright, let's... No, delete. Hostile. Item. Player. Let's check this real quick. Insert. Delete. Hostile. Solid. That should set up right? This should allow me to go through. But looks like we're kind of running a little bit low on time, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I had some fun messing around with the reactor and getting that thing to run a lot better. So this kind of actually kind of tied it together. So if we ever really need to get up there like really quick, we can just come through this. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna mess around with this thing, trying to make sure I can get it working properly, because I do like the way it looks. I think it's a cool idea, being able to just fly through it. Now, being able to turn it on and off is something we can do pretty simply, and we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. As far as our reactor is concerned, as you can see, it's almost halfway through its process here of our LEU 235 fuel, and every time it comes on, it doesn't really make enough heat for it to really do much. So it's probably not going to be getting too hot on us, which is great. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of FTB Revelation. If you guys did, be sure to hit that like button. If you guys really enjoyed it, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and that little icon next to it should look like a bell. If you click that, it'll hopefully notify you guys more often or better than normal, I'm assuming, as to when I post videos on my channel. So, if you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put it in the comments section down below, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye.